morning, everybody. Welcome back here to Camaros, not coffee. And yes, you know it. We have a Camaro and no coffee. But I'm not going to show you the Camaro just yet because it's way back there behind something even a little bit bigger. Something bigger, you say? Yes, something bigger. So I'll turn around just in a sec. We have a set of keys here to a new car addition to the driveway, you could call it. It's a very temporary addition, but it's here nevertheless, so I figured this is a great time to do my first actual car review. So without further ado, we have the 2020 Nissan, what's this thing called? Alright, so after my little flounder there, it's a 2020 Nissan Armada. So if we take a step back here and get the Suburban in the picture, you just look at that. It's like a Tahoe size. So think of the Tahoe, shorter version of the Suburban. It's pretty much like that in size, length, definitely wider. So it's got a bit of width on it. Look down the, it's not really lined up perfectly, but it's wider. Well, it feels like it's wider because the inside's a lot more spacious, but we'll get to that. But first, we have to move it to get to the Suburban because I'm going to wash it. But I'm not going to bore you guys with all that. I'll just do it and show you guys after. Alright, so without further ado, cold startup 2020 Nissan Armada. Filming assistant? Filming... Wait, you guys don't have a filming assistant? Oh wait, I don't either. But we have this. So let's see if we can get the remote start to work. I don't know how to do it. Okay, it's still not working. Oh, geez, hold on. Alright, so I just read the book, and I think it should have worked. Also, I lied. It's 2019 Nissan Armada. I found that in the book, too. Had no other way of knowing. So, let's try this again. Alright, so there it is for you. I don't know what you're expecting, but it sounds not awful, actually, when you're driving. But that's, you know, it's got the buttons on the outside. I didn't show you guys that. I'm supposed to be reviewing this. It's got the keyless entry where you just push that thing and it lets you in. So we're gonna squeeze in here, move it, and then clean the Suburban, and then we'll be back. Whoops. Clean the Suburban, and then we'll be back to do more of a review here. So I'm just gonna set the key down over here, and then push brake and start button to drive. So that's interesting. After you remote start it, you still have to do the same thing. So brake, start button, and the seat has one of those memory function things. That is so nice. So you can just, it moves you back and then it moves you to get out. So it's very nice. Alright, so this is going to be the only time we're going to actually move the car on today's video. So I was in it yesterday. I'll talk about that later. But, so let's move it. So brakes on, shifter, into drive, and whoo! Yeah, this thing is really ready to move. Like I said, we'll talk about a little more of the specifics later, but it feels really ready to go all the time. So with that, off to clean the Suburban. Like I said, I'll show you guys just before and after. Alright, so a quick before view here. You can kind of see the dirt there. It's all messed up down here in the window and everything. So we're gonna wash it right now, and here we go. And it's clean. Looking so much better than before. Sweet. Alright, now on to that review. Alright, so again, this is a 2019, not a 2020, 2019 Nissan Armada in the SL trim level, which sits right in the middle of the Nissan lineup. So there's SV, then SL, and then Platinum. I believe it's Platinum for at least this vehicle. So this is the SL right in the middle of the lineup. Just quick walk around on the outside. It looks pretty nice. It's got very soft lines on it. And I think soft is a word I will use a lot to describe this. I had a better word earlier, but if it comes to me, I'll let you know. Alright, so now topping in the fairly quiet interior in here. It's going to be where I do most of the rest of the review, I think. Also, my neighbor just came out next door, and I don't want to necessarily record out there. So, Sitting in here, the first thing, oh, plush. I remember the word. It was plush. Although that doesn't describe the outside looks of it. That does not describe the outside looks of it. That's not accurate. The seats, though, are very plush. And that's a good word, I think, to use. So, I have not really sat in seats that are as comfortable as this before. I mean, it's got some bolstering on the side if you go side to side. They're nice and soft. They got a lot of cushion to them, but it's not like unsupported cushion. So, it's good cushion. It's got forward, back, front up, front down, back up, back down, tilt. I don't know if it does anything else. The lumbar support. So it's got all those buttons on the side. If we start over here at the door panel, the windows, I don't know if it's because it's a rental car, but the windows automatically lock every time, so you have to unlock them to be able to open them up. But then here's the lock button. This is a nice feature here. So if we hit the left side. No, it's not on. Hold on, that's my fault. Let's turn it on. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, of course it did it now. So I'm going to hit the other one. I'm going to hit the open button now. So if we open it, hey, and there was me. So it's really nice if you're on a street that's tight or something, or you're not. Well, as I was trying to say before, the camera audio cut out. I don't know why it's doing that. I had to figure that out. Tight street, you can fold them in very easy. So we're going to keep moving, so hopefully it doesn't cut out. Again, I might have to do this in a couple of clips. Of course, you got the seat presets here. Those are nice. These buttons down here, they're along with the safety systems. I'm not entirely sure what they are. That's to open the trunk, so it's a automatic open. This, I don't know what it does. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I didn't want to go pushing random things. Here you have your cruise control buttons. It's a little odd that they're up there. Out of the way to reach. Over here you have your buttons for the little screen, so you hit the upper one. You have to hit it in the back though, and then it's the select, and then it kind of just rotates to miles per gallon, miles, and all this good stuff. Range, temperature. I don't see any option for the speed. I know a lot of people like to see the speed as the digital number, but I don't see it. So if you look here, you got gauges for the battery, the coolant, there's your tach, then the speedometer, gas tank, and your oil pressure. Oil pressure? I'm pretty sure it's oil pressure. Steering wheel's got a bunch of buttons on it, but so you have the radio volume over here, accept calls, and such things. These are actually for the screen, so it's got the navigation, it's got, the radio and everything. Of course it has a radio. Who am I talking to? It has a radio, okay? Alright, so the next thing, you hit the camera button. You get a nice front camera actually over here. And then over here you have cameras under the mirrors. They give you the side view, which is really great for if you're trying to park on a curb or, missing your grass or something. This dial is, if you go to, say, settings. I don't exactly, oh, that's not it. Back. Nav. Well, that's it. So if you just get an idea here, this button turns. It's also a touchscreen, so I could hit here, or I don't even know that's where it can take me because this is a rental car. So, and you have nice dials for the audio, and tuning, and the temperature. It also has heated seats, which is really cool. On both sides are down here. And plenty of USB plugs throughout, and it's got one of the 12 volts right here for you. And the fan controls are also buttons and other climate here. Alright, so a really nice thing here, the sunroof. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but it's nice enough. Sunroofs are sunroofs, so that's pretty sweet. It's got the one-touch open and close. And then if you look here, you have the shifter on the console still. And I would describe this as very soft, so when you go to move it, it really is very free to move, and it'll pretty much go wherever you want it, but it also moves very easily, so you could put it in the wrong gear. Hopefully you wouldn't put it in like reverse when you're trying to put it in park. Usually you're going to over push. Same thing with the steering. It's very soft, so I drove it again just to move it yesterday, and it was pretty soft. I mean, it was very easy to move, but there wasn't any resistance there. Alright, so the last things for up here, we have This very nice center console. It's cup holders over there, which are plenty big. Another little compartment here, and you have your four-wheel drive, shifter, snow mode, and such things. Traction control, tow mode. Center console is pretty large. There's a lot of space in there. And then also, nice function, you can open it from the back if you push this button. Oh, we're going back there anyways. Let's just go back there. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. There we go. So speaking of the back, as the seat moves for me as I go to get out, we are going to hop back there right now and see what it feels like. If it's unlocked, there we go. So, hopping back in here. That nice handles to grab. And here again, the seats are very comfortable, I would say. Definitely the most comfortable seats I've sat in before. So, have vents up here, which are nice for you to easily control. You have a climate control system down here that is a little darker in here. I don't know what this is for. It doesn't do anything, so it might be one of those upgrades that we just don't have. More USB plugs here, and there's also an outlet down there, and another 12 volt. Get back there, you're going to want to reach in here and pull this handle, and there it goes. You pull the bottom down. They pop up super easy. So as you can see, it's very high up off the ground here. You got 3 seats, middle no headrest. They'll have seat belts, and oh wow. Okay, so this is where the good stuff stops and the maybe not so good stuff starts. So this seat is like straight up in the air. I don't know if maybe it's not supposed to be that high. Oh, interesting. They tilt back pretty far. Alright, so this is going to be the last thing for me. So, if you click on the Apps tab and then Driving Performance, and it loads, it actually has some really sick different gauges you can follow while you're driving. So, G-force, fuel flow, consumption, next page, fuel flow, consumption, range, other G charts and stuff like that. Really cool. Now this comes equipped, I forgot to talk about technology. This comes equipped with the technology, so you don't have to use GPS on your phone if you don't want to. It has the navigation built in. And I've heard from other cars, not necessarily this one, but other cars, it doesn't update easily. It's not easy to do that. I don't know about this one, but it does not look like it has Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So that is a bit disappointing because I was going to test it out for you guys, see if it worked. However, I can report that the Bluetooth connectivity for audio does work very well. Alright, so I might be one of the craziest people for washing a rental car, but you know, you can't help it when you got the bucket of soap and the hose out already. So like I said, this is the first review I've ever really done before, so I took a couple minutes, tried to think of a couple other things I wanted to say. I would say overall the car is pretty good. It is a little difficult to compare to some other vehicles, because like I said, the only one big vehicle I've been in like that is the Suburban before. So, I would recommend it though. I mean, I enjoyed it. The inside's real nice. Outside looks good. I love these tires, nice big. Looks like forged aluminum maybe. I don't know. Just saying stuff now, but they look cool. Looks good overall. Engine's great. It's the 5.6 liters, so plenty of power. Really, whenever you need it, it's just there. I don't think it has cylinder deactivation. Don't quote me on that, but it seemed like you could just always give it gas and it was ready to go. And I wasn't a huge fan of the brakes when I drove it, but I drove it for a very short time. This time when I moved it now, it felt better. So it might have just been, it hadn't been driven in a while or something. So yeah, that's about it. I would give it a 7 or 8 out of 10 probably, if you kind of come up with an arbitrary scale there that I've never used. Alright everybody, so that is my review of the 2019 Nissan Armada. I hope it was informative. It's the first review I've done. So if you have any other questions, if you're looking to buy one, again, I'm not going to know everything, but I was hanging around in it for quite a while. So if there's something I didn't talk about that you want to know about, comment below. I will make sure to get back to you as soon as I can, and I will try to give you the best answer possible from what I remember, because at that point I might not have the car here anymore. So that is going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Everyone, please stay safe. Peace.